The Seerah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, recorded in May 2017. Part 1. The Seerah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam starts before the creation of man in reality, because Allah Ta'ala had decreed that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam will come and he will be the best of all men, and he will be the leader of all the prophets, and he will be the khatam and the seal of all the prophets. So in narrating the Seerah, we can go as far back as Adam alayhi salam, but then the Seerah will become very lengthy. If we narrate all the incidents, all the occurrences which pointed towards the coming of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, before his coming, then we can go all the way back to even before Adam alayhi salam set foot on this earth. For example, when Adam alayhi salam was sent onto the earth and Allah Ta'ala became angry with him, and then Adam alayhi salam cried and repented for his mistake. It was not a sin, it was a mistake, an error on his part. And he cried for 40 years. And then one day he turned to Allah and he said, "Oh Allah, please forgive me in the name of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam." Allah Ta'ala replied that, "Who is Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam?" So Adam alayhi salam said that when I was created, I saw written on your arsh, La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah, and I knew then and there that this man whose name is written with your name on your arsh, he must be a very blessed and very noble personality. So Allah Ta'ala replied that yes, he will be from your progeny and he will be the seal of all the prophets. He will be my Habib. So we can go very far back, but in order to keep the Seerah short, although I don't know how many recordings this is going to turn out to be, because the last series that I did of Umar ibn Abdul Aziz rahmatullahi, who was not a prophet and his life was only 40 years, and we don't know that much about him, and yet the recordings the series comprised of 70 plus recordings. So this is going to be a long series. Allah Ta'ala accept the efforts of all the people who are making this possible and bringing these recordings to us, and may Allah Ta'ala grant us all sincerity. So this is part 1, and I really don't know how many parts there will be, but I'm going to try to comprise them so that people don't unfortunately get bored or it doesn't become too cumbersome. So I'm going to start the seerah from Ibrahim alayhi salam, because Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is from the progeny of Ibrahim alayhi salam. And a brief biography of Ibrahim alayhi salam and the events that led to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam coming from his progeny, and how Allah Ta'ala accepted Ibrahim alayhi salam and accepted that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam should be from his progeny due to his sacrifices. And after his sacrifices, the dua that he made, and he prayed for a prophet, and Allah Ta'ala then decreed that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam will be that prophet that will come from his progeny. So Ibrahim alayhi salam was from Syria, what is now Syria, Palestine, that whole area, Jordan, that whole area. He lived in that area, and he was commanded, he had a wife called Hajra or Hajar alayhi salam, and she gave birth to a son who was the son of Ibrahim alayhi salam, and Ibrahim alayhi salam was in old age. He was in his 80s. Some riwayats also say he was in his 90s, and Allah Ta'ala blessed him with this son. And we know that grandparents, they dote on their grandkids in old age. When a child comes into the family, then the old really dote on them. In the same way, Ibrahim alayhi salam was not granted a grandson but a son. After many, many years, he was granted this son, and so he loved him dearly. But soon after the birth of Ismail alayhi salam, Ibrahim alayhi salam was commanded by Allah Ta'ala to abandon and leave his wife Hajra alayhi salam and Ismail alayhi salam in a desolate place. And he was also commanded that you must follow Jibreel alayhi salam to wherever he takes you,